Happy Saturday evening, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schaefer here live for our first Saturday evening First Alert weather live stream. Just taking a look at the weather here across mid-Michigan, how things have developed here as we've gotten through the afternoon, and another look at that secondary chance of snow as we get through tonight, really into tomorrow morning. It will be mostly past midnight that we start to see that snow chance. But taking a look outside right now, downtown Flint, obviously, no more snow falling there. That's really the sight we're starting to see across mid-Michigan. But obviously, you can definitely tell there's some wet roads. I've seen a few salt trucks driving there through the streets of downtown Flint. So you may come across some slick spots. I'm not going to count that out as we get over the remainder of the night into tomorrow morning. We obviously have blowing snow that may become a concern for anywhere that does have fresh accumulations, just because wind is starting to increase. But like I just previously mentioned, most of that snow chance, at least the consistent chance, has moved out. It'll be areas up north, just north of Standish up towards Whittemore, and then even farther north of that you continue to see just some consistent snow wanting to fall here as we've gotten through the 8 o'clock hour. And eventually we will have this low pressure system that brought us that snow chance start to shift our wind out of the northwest, and that will actually create a chance of some lake effect snow bands wanting to develop off of Lake Michigan and off of the bay as we get into tomorrow morning. And then also just gives us some more development of snow, but nowhere near as widespread as what we had earlier this afternoon. We zoom out, we can see that low pressure system is moving itself out. There is still some snow down to the south that's wanting to develop just south of Grand Rapids. That may move across our southern counties as we get over the next couple of hours. That's sort of just some add-on development against some backup wraparound snow that's trying to develop here right now. Across the board, temperatures are from the upper 20s into the mid 30s. Still a little warmer down to the south, but it's not by much. Only a few degrees right now, ranging from the north to the south. And even with those mid to lower 30s, we've definitely seen more snow. I am not going to count out. A few raindrops did fall, especially in areas from Saginaw down south to Flint. But most of that precipitation we did see into the afternoon was that snowfall. Again, consistent, heavy at times. I did talk to a few people, had a few messages on Facebook. There were a few areas that it did get heavy at times into the day. Now, wind has started to pick up. This was really right on track of what we've been seeing with the forecasting models. Wind sort of on the south side of that low, picking up right now. Sustained winds at 5 to 25 miles per hour. Definitely a little bit stronger towards Bay City, Midland, into Freeland and Saginaw, down south along 75 into Flint. This will become more widespread over the next couple of hours. And in terms of winter weather alerts, we haven't seen anything else issued. It has just been that winter weather advisory for our northern counties that again started at 10 a.m. this morning. That goes up until 10 a.m. this tomorrow morning. I almost said this afternoon. You can tell where I'm at. But again, that goes until Sunday, 10 a.m. So just be prepared. Those areas will continue to see that snow chance. I think blowing snow is a concern for those areas. And I think blowing snow could become a concern for most of mid-Michigan. In terms of gust, I do want to go back to this just to see where we're sitting here right now. Wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour have started to set up. Saginaw has had a report at 34, Lapeer at 34, Flint almost at 30 at 29. And you can see areas like Colton Lake also catching up 27, Mount Pleasant at 16, Alma at 19. And like I mentioned before, this wind becomes more widespread here through the remainder of our evening into our overnight hours. And it does look like Sunday will be a breezy day. Now, in terms of traffic conditions through the rest of tonight, we will continue to see, I think, snow-covered roads for some areas. You could continue to see slowdowns as we get through the rest of tonight. And then that will be the case into tomorrow morning. Even if we don't see falling snow as you're waking up tomorrow, I think those winds up to 30 to 40 miles per hour will give us chances of blowing snow. So just be wary of that. That will reduce visibilities. Luckily, this isn't really isn't a long-term snow event. So by even late morning Sunday, we will start to see drying conditions. I think roads will improve, and most likely by the afternoon, a road should be in a better place for anyone that does have those travel plans for Sunday. And speaking of road conditions, let's look at what we're seeing right now across mid-Michigan. on our first alert traffic map, and there has been quite a lot of yellow on our map. So if you did have travel plans and you come across some slowdowns, don't be surprised by that, because we can look our northern counties, yellow roads really across M55, M30, M18, 75 from Standish all the way up to Holton Lake has many areas that are seeing those slowdowns. So this is what we were anticipating as we did get that snowfall this afternoon. I will say there has been some improvement as we look towards central Michigan, the Bay region, and the Thumb. There are a few areas out towards Huron County that have started to see some more slowdowns. I know we did get a report that visibility was reduced. Snowfall was very heavy in Huron County from a caller into this station. So that is what we're seeing there. I think, though, we are starting to see improvement. There was a lot more yellow towards Bay City, towards Saginaw, as we got through our 6 p.m. newscast, but still definitely some slowdowns. 127 from Clare to Mount Pleasant has a few areas there that are slow. Just roads are slick out there. So just be careful of that. Again, that snow falling. And then we move down to the south. Definitely seeing some improvement towards Genesee County. We did have some slowdowns there to the northern half of Genesee County and even north of Flint on 75 around 6 p.m. did see some slowdowns, now showing green. So still be careful if you are seeing improved roads. Could become slick at times. And like I mentioned before, blowing snow may become a concern as our winds continue to stay on the stronger side. Forecasted gusts, this is now through 10 p.m. Winds out of the west at 25 to 40 miles per hour with our strongest wind gust along our shoreline cities there around the bay and then into the Thumb. I think Port Hope, Port Austin, Bad Axe, Sandusky, those will be areas you could easily get up to 40 mile per hour wind as we get here over the next couple of hours, and then we'll continue to see those wind gusts through 4 a.m. As you're waking up Sunday morning, it's still breezy. It's 20 to 30 miles per hour. It does calm down maybe a tad bit, but definitely still noticeable. We won't start to see a calm down until we get to late Sunday afternoon, but even now, this is 4 p.m., still at 20 to 30 miles per hour, so definitely still noticeable, and we don't really get much relief as we roll into Monday. The winds look to continue to stay strong. This is Monday afternoon at 2 p.m., mostly out of the west-southwest at 15 to 30 miles per hour. Hour by hour shows that dry slot has set itself up. Again, you may catch some light snow from now to midnight into our northern counties. Again, Roscommon and Ogama County, and then getting out towards the bay. But for the most part, we should be dry across mid-Michigan. It's into tonight as that low pressure system moves out to our east towards New York through Canada, that we start to see our winds shift out of the northwest, some wraparound snow develops, and we could see some lake effect snow develop. That's been the big question throughout the day, is for areas like Bad Axe, Huron County, Tuscola County. That's going to be the next question, is how does lake effect snow develop? Models have not really agreed on that snow quite well, so it's just something that we've continued to monitor as we've gotten through most of our Saturday, and we'll continue to see as we get into Sunday morning. We can see here on our hour by hour, 6 a.m., showing that snow chance for our eastern counties throughout the Thumb. Again, that includes Bad Axe, and that could be lake effect. And obviously, when you get lake effect snow, some of that does fall pretty quickly and pretty heavily, and I think most of you are used to that, but just be prepared as we get up tomorrow morning, whether you're heading off to church or just doing your normal Sunday routine. You definitely have a possibility to come across that. And like I mentioned before, with wind being as strong as it is as we get through tonight and tomorrow morning, some snow squalls could be a possibility. So if you don't know what a snow squall is, it's just a short burst of heavy snowfall and strong winds that do reduce visibilities quickly. So it's a small chance, but it is there as we get through tonight into tomorrow morning. Just going to take a quick 7-day forecast. Again, this is going to be a pretty quick stream as we do prepare for our later shows, but it is 30s for tomorrow. That snow chance is early in the morning, and I quickly want to highlight actually something about tomorrow. We'll go back to our hour by hour here. Is if you do have to have any sort of recovery from the snowfall, maybe it's shoveling your driveway, shoveling your sidewalks, tomorrow afternoon actually ends up being decently nice. Yes, it's going to be cooler. Our highs for tomorrow are back into the lower 30s and upper 20s, but we actually see some sunshine. I wouldn't be surprised if cloud cover really starts to leave us into tomorrow afternoon, and you have a pretty nice sunny afternoon across mid-Michigan. I don't think it's going to be totally blue, but definitely trending in a good direction for anyone that wants that sunshine. Now again, back to our 7-day forecast. After that snow chance Sunday, we will have some light chances on Monday. As you can see, temperatures are trying to warm up. We're back into the 40s on Tuesday. That will be a day that there is another round of precipitation. We'll have to look at timings for that, because if it is earlier in the day, there may be more of a rain chance. With our highs timing up just a little bit differently, similar to what we had maybe Thursday into Friday, is that earlier in the day, we might actually be warmer than we are later in the day, so that's why we could see rain as we're waking up, but then it could transition into snow. Still some question marks for Tuesday. I think we'll have a better idea on that rain chance / snow chance as we get through tonight into tomorrow, so you're going to want to tune in most likely tomorrow if you do have plans for Tuesday for that next round of probably consistent precipitation. Wednesday has continued to hold very isolated snow chances, but I think the biggest trend for the end of next week is definitely our temperature trend. It's starting to lower, back lower 30s for Wednesday. We'll see the 20s on Thursday. And then as we get to the end of next week into next weekend, we're back again mid to upper 20s and some more isolated snow chances. There's still some time. We'll see how things evolve as we get towards the end of next week. But for now, holding on to isolated snow chances for both Friday and next Saturday. But I don't see any questions in our chat. I want to thank everyone for joining me here for this quick evening stream. Like I mentioned, we will have some more chances of snow early tomorrow morning, not as widespread, but we're definitely getting there. In terms of snow totals through the night, we may add another inch in a few areas. If you get some lake effect snow, that could be a little bit larger snow totals, and I say larger, probably not that much more, about 1 inch to 2 inches, especially in Huron County, if you do get that lake effect snow developing. But hopefully everyone has a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Stay warm, stay dry, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend.